welcome. We're gonna be playing Dark Souls Remastered. I'm gonna try to go through all the bosses. Not gonna be summoning anybody. I'm kind of doing like a let's play tutorial walkthrough type deal. So I am recording this for YouTube. Also gonna be playing it on Twitch. That's really about it. If there's anyone in the chat, you wanna give me some name suggestions for a character? I'm gonna go through Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 eventually. Maybe I'll do some challenge runs here and there. You know, like a broken straight sword only or things like that. Or, you know, whatever builds you guys find, I'll try them out. I'll always see if chat decides if it wants to give us a name. I'm going to make one here. Looks fun. We'll go with that. You know, I know what I'm gonna name him. In honor of a friend. I'll name him Newt Newt.
In the age of ancient.
Skip cutscenes just for the sake of time. So I always unequip that and that. No, not gloves. I unequip chest piece, keep gloves on. For them good rolls. You can kill those guys if you want the extra souls. I usually just kind of avoid them for the most part. Light the first bonfire. Sit at it. You have to sit at you actually have to sit at bonfires in this one to set them for warps, whether you have the Lord Vessel or not. There's the first boss. We aren't gonna fight him. What we're gonna do is go right through here. My plan is to do a strength / quality type build for this one.
Regrettably, but perhaps
You don't have to kill him. You can talk to him. He'll still give you the items. I'm just trying to be a little quick about this. I'm gonna go down and open this. Little shortcut back to the first bonfire. A little rusty, haven't played in a while. Grab the bow. always best to try to dodge attacks. I probably should have tried dodging through that last one. But yeah, once you get your equipment, he's a little easier to kill. A lot easier. If you forward and right trigger, you get a plunging attack. And you get some pretty serious damage in on him before the fight even starts. Cutscene. And we're at Firelink now. Rest here. I'm going to level strength to 14. And before we even go to the first boss, what I'm going to do is some resource collection. So what I'm going to do is get rid of that notification on my screen. There we go. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up some Homeward Bones here. We're going to drop into the graveyard here. And since I'm going to be doing mostly a strength build, I'm going to go grab the Y-hander off of this dead body. Run around the skeletons because they are not quite strong enough to kill them yet. To the bonfire. So for this Y-hander, we need 24 strength to wield it in one hand. That's going to be our first goal, is to get 24 strength. And I'm fairly sure as we upgrade it, it scales fairly well with strength. So we will be buffing our strength up as well to get more damage out of that. I'm not going to go into any of the magics in this run at least. I'm not going to go into any of the magics. I'm just going to do a straight strength build to kind of show you how the bosses work, their attack patterns, things like that. Now I'm in New Londo Ruins, and for here there's a special item you need, which is a transient curse. You can't hit the ghosts without a transient curse. I think there's one weapon that will let you hit them, which I think is Artorias' great sword. I forgot to put Homeward Bones on my bar. Fine. Then pop a home bone on my bar there. The Homeward Bones let you return to your last bonfire without losing your souls. If you die, you lose your souls and a little blood stain. Homeward Bones don't, they send you back without you dying. What was I even saying? Oh, the Artorias Greatsword. One of the variations of it lets you hit those guys without a transient curse. But I'm not super worried about that. Use Master Key here. Grab Large Soul of a Nameless Soldier. Do a quick little trot to the Valley of Drakes. This cavern here. Don't get hit by those guys. And now we're in Blighttown. We're just making a quick little visit here. Grabbing some items that will be helpful to us later on. Okay if I die here, as long as I get the items before I do. Yep, Firekeeper Soul. And that's fine. Not the way I wanted it to happen, but it's alright. We didn't lose many souls. We already leveled up. Now we have 2 Firekeeper Souls and our Zweihander. Firekeeper Souls will come in handy later to boost the effect of our Estus, which is what we use to heal. I'm just gonna walk around these guys. He's got, oops. And die. Yep. So that's what happens. You get greedy like I did. You rush it and die. Best thing to do would be to clear out the enemies as you go. That way you don't have people coming up behind you, hitting you in the back. I'm going to be dividing this into a few little chunks. Like, I think I'll be dividing it first bell, second bell, Synth Fortress. I don't know, I think I'll divide it as I go. But I know that the journey to the first bell is going to be its own video. Know the path to Blighttown and through Blighttown is going to be its own video. A little wooden shield out here that I like to use. Tell him bothersome. While we're here, we're going to use this. Light this. Not gonna rest though, because when you rest at a bonfire, enemies will respawn. Down here by the residence key. And we're gonna leave. You can buy the bottomless box from him if you really want to, but I don't think I'm gonna be using it this run. Bottomless box is mostly for kind of cleaning up inventory space to keep everything nice and neat. So I just put another point into strength there, bring it up to 15. Now this bridge here, those guys up there chuck fire bombs at you. If you don't run across fairly quickly, they'll end up hitting you with those fireballs. And it kind of leads you into this room here where you get ambushed. Usually two-handing, you can hit 1 to 2 hit most enemies. Come in here and kill this guy. And the one around the corner. If you have a shield, you can also parry. Parrying is very nice if you want to stagger them and get some pretty massive damage in with a repost. It's mostly about timing. The way I time it is I look at their shoulder. And each enemy's timing is different, but most of the time, hollows are fairly easy to parry. You mostly have to watch for their when they strike, because sometimes they have longer wind-ups. If you're not lined up right, you won't make contact. These pipe guys are quite annoying. These are Black Knights. They're fairly hard at the beginning. They can take a lot of damage, and they do a ton of damage. You can see I just did 104 and he still barely did anything to him. The nice thing about them though is they get very easily chained. Very easy to bait them to that attack, which is very easy to parry. Then you can chain to a riposte and backstab. Bait the shield attack. Parry the sword. Riposte. Step around and backstab. Don't know what I got off of him. I got a Titanite chunk, which will be useful for later. Titanite Shards, chunks, and plates are used for upgrading your weapons and armor. We're mostly going to be using them to upgrade weapons, or the weapon that we're going to be using. We're going to switch the home bone out for the gold pine resin here. Break this barrel, there's a crystal lizard inside. You kill him. You get Twinkling Titanite and a Titanite chunk. It's a little random what you get, but you almost always get Twinkling Titanite, which is used for more rare exotic weapons. So fog walls usually mean boss fights or area transitions. This first fight is going to be the Toro demon. I'm going to climb the ladder to kind of take care of these guys so they're not shooting at you while you're fighting the boss. Climb back down. Get your gold pine resin ready. Get about halfway down the bridge and apply the resin when he jumps. He has very big, broad attacks. He can knock you off the bridge. You can also stagger him to get a good combo in. But as you see with the gold pine resin, it puts on electricity onto your sword or weapon, depending on what sword, spear, rapier, whatever you happen to have. Makes it do a ton of damage. Like right now it's doing 253. As to normal, it would do 94. Step onto the bridge, turn around. Dragon. Talk to everyone's favorite boy, Solaire. Yes. Gives you soapstone. So soapstones are used for co-op play. You leave a summon sign, other people can pick it up. If you don't have a password set, then anyone can pick up your soapstone. If you have a password set, only whoever has the password can see it. At least in Remastered. I'm gonna go down the stairs here, around the corner, pick the ladder, and rest. Boost our strength up to 21. We should be able to wield this Y-hander as long as we two-hand it. I think we're mid-rolling now. There's two paths. You can either go down that other path and through the sewers to completely avoid the dragon, or you can do what I'm about to do, equip a short bow, arrow, a pot shot at the dragon, and run for your life. You get hit with that fire, you are dead. Light the bonfire. Rest. The dragon will fly away. So our new and improved Y-hander now does a base of 186 damage. It does pretty well. There's a black knight at the top of those stairs. So there's a trick you can do here to where you can avoid fighting the pig and avoid having to take the long way around. All you gotta do is just run up the stairs, past these guys, jump down, and pull the gate. You might have to kill a few stragglers, but they're no problem. Make sure to grab that basement key, you will need it later. Pretty sure if you come up here, it will aggro him. It's fine, you just wait for him to get close. Right trigger attack, and he's dead. Step around this corner. Don't whiff the attack like that. Yeah. So the two-handed strong attack with these Y-hander is a crushing blow. So if they don't have a shield up, we'll actually crush them and do, I would say extra damage, but I don't think it's extra damage. If you don't have enough strength, the swings are really slow. So that's why we have to two-hand it for now. I'm gonna go this way. Ah, the peaceful sound of a hammer striking an anvil. Like this bonfire. Crest. What we're actually going to do is this is actually a very important bonfire. What we're going to do, we're going to use one of our humanities. We actually picked one up off of an enemy when killing it, so we have 2 now. Offer humanity to reverse hollowing. We can become human. You're no longer Bacon Boy. We're going to kindle the bonfire. Right now we can only kindle it once. We'll be able to kindle it more later on. But that will give us an extra 5 Estus flasks. I say we prioritize leveling up first. So we're going to level that up to 22. And we're going to make our way up to the Bell Gargoyles. You really don't want to get hit by that guy. Hmm? Yes, I can. Pick up a Titanite side, wow. Titanite Shard, Firekeeper Soul. We're going to heal up so we don't die. Bop him. What he does is he buffs up these guys in here. You don't want to get hit by them when they're buffed up. They do a ton of damage. What you really want to do is kind of lead them into a choke point and pick them off but you can. As you can see, he does a lot of damage, and when they're buffed up, they do a ton of damage. You kind of want to just kite them through the hallway. Backing up when needed to heal. Hey, how you doing? Looks like we have Chancellor here. Seems to be a little broken. Perfectly fine. Because now he's dead. Oh, he actually blocked through that. Go off. Area mode. Oh, someone just killed the gargoyles. There we go. Usually your strong attack will break through most shields. Unless they have a fairly high stability. Bust down this door. Go up these stairs, and he's already gone. Lovely. Usually, there's a guy up there who you want to kill because he does some not so nice things. We're actually going to go to Firelink real quick and make sure he hasn't done those not so nice things, because we don't want that. You take this elevator down, it brings you through a shortcut back to Firelink Shrine. We're gonna hop off the elevator a little early. Make a jump here. Hop onto this building. Grab the Undead Asylum key. Drop down here. We are back at Firelink. And he already did it. Great. So, he already killed our Firekeeper, which is not good. So we're stuck with regular Estus flasks until later on. This is the one? This is the one you played? So you played Dark Souls Remastered on PlayStation. Yeah, so Lautrec ended up killing our Firekeeper. Probably because I went to Blighttown and already grabbed the Firekeeper soul there. You might not want to do that. You can grab the one out of oh, what's it called? You can grab the one out of New Londo Ruins without it being an issue. But I would not recommend grabbing the one from Blighttown this early due to that reasoning. Been a while. Yeah, it's been a while for me too. I'm a little rusty. They're gonna follow me all the way down here. Better not. I think it was 24 to one-hand it. Alright, it was. Now we can one-hand our Zweihander. And one-handing it does 174, two-handing it does 195. So the movesets are a little different for one-handed and two-handed. They're a little different from what I'm used to as well. I usually run Claymore. But when I run Claymore, I also do Faith. So I'm doing a very simple, easy strength build. All you gotta do is just plow through your enemies. Doesn't take a lot of skill, doesn't take a lot of practice. A lot of brute force. Although we are going to have to be extra careful due to the mistake I made in us not being able to upgrade our Estus flasks. So here you can summon Solaire if you want to. You don't have to. I'm not going to for this run. I'm going to use some gold pine resin to put a little lightning on my sword. So we can get that massive deeps. Take a little sip. Give him a good 1-2. Go ahead and get him out of the way. Give him a good smackerino, and they're both dead. Got twin humanities. 10,000 souls. The first bell of awakening has been rung. So now that bell's been rung, we're gonna do a little cleanup. There's one more boss we're gonna fight, and we're gonna head down here. Oh, this is Oswald Kareem.
Greeting, I am Oswald of Kareem.
An NPC. Gonna learn a fun little gesture from him. We're actually gonna make that. The good old, well, what is it gesture? You can't roll out of gestures in this one. I'm going to homebone back to the Undead Parish bonfire. We are going to purchase the weaponsmithing box, repair box, and we're going to use the rest of our souls to level up. So we're going to bump, let's see, 1, 2, 3. 3 levels, so we're going to do that. Try to level vitality, endurance, and strength up a little evenly. We get a little boost to everything as we go. Now the soft cap for endurance and vitality is 50. Actually, I think the soft cap for everything is 50. So this may end up being more of a... I think it's 50. Might be 60. I don't quite remember. This might turn into a variety build. Might just stay a solid strength build and we just boost strength up the rest of the way. It all depends on how the rest of this goes. Yeah. We're gonna do some cleanup in the garden here. Grab some more items for our build. That will be very helpful later on. The two-handed attacks for this are usually very slow but very powerful. The one-handeds are still kind of slow given that it's a massive sword, but they're a little faster. Another Titanite chunk. Hopefully we'll get enough of those so we don't have to farm them later. Head down the basin here. Around this corner. To fight this guy. He's not very fun to fight. I don't enjoy fighting the spear ones. Here we go. Their parry timings are a little weird for me. So I usually just bait and backstab. And if you get lucky, you can backstab him off a cliff. I got a blue Titanite chunk from him. We just got the Grass Crest shield, which we're going to switch on. Grass Crest is an amazing shield for the way I play. It boosts your stamina regen, which lets you, you can completely exhaust your stamina and then get it back fairly quickly. And while you're two-handing the sword, the shield still gives you the effect, so you don't lose it even when you want to do some big beefy attacks. It's really nice because the two-handed attack on this consumes most of your stamina at the beginning. It just kind of drops all of it. And drop the bow and the quiver because we don't need that anymore. Be nice if those guys dropped us some moss clumps. There's a guy hiding out right here. He'll jump out at you if you're not paying attention. Walk past him. Bright purple moss clump. Amazing. Alright, he dodged that last attack. Grab a purple moss clump. Roll into the wall, get a bonfire. I get one level up, it's going to go into strength, do a little more damage. Now we can kindle that bonfire if we really want to, but I don't see the need in it right now. Don't grab that, it springs a trap and they'll aggro forever after that, and the item's really not worth having to deal with those guys all the time. There's another hidden boy right here. And drop him. Free snake. These guys are fun. They're big stone golem guys and they're not pleasant to fight. Best thing to do is stay out of their range and don't waste your stamina and die like that. I'm gonna pop a humanity, rest, and become human real quick. We are definitely going to need to be human for this next boss, because we are going to summon on this one. Because while we do have a bow, it's not going to do a lot of damage. There's an NPC over here that will greatly aid us in this with this boss. Oh, I woke up another stone boy. Okay. When you die, you just gotta run, pick up your souls. What I'm going to do is I'm going to summon Witch Beatrice. Oh, he's actually not aggroed on me. And he's going to be aggro in a minute. Alright, Beatrice, go ahead. Finish him off. sorcery is very overpowered. The only problem is it is kind of limited due to you only get a certain amount of casts per spell, and then you can't use it again until you rest. This is the final boss we're going to be fighting for tonight. It is the Moonlight Butterfly. Strategy I use, summon Beatrice, and wait on the bridge. You can't really get to it to hit it. You kind of just have to avoid its attacks, or you'll take stupid amounts of damage. So far he's only done the homing beam attack. The energy spike one's fun. Usually you can just roll past them. Keep your shield up, just in case that one comes. You're lucky and get a good RNG. Beatrice will usually take him out before he lands, but if he lands, you can smack him with your sword. Get to Soul the Moonlight Butterfly, a humanity, and I think, like, yeah, another 10k souls. We're gonna head up here. Grab the Watchtower basement key, the Divine Ember, and the Homeward Bone. We're going to use the Home Bone to return to our bonfire. Before we go anywhere, we're going to boost those two and that. And that is all for the garden for now. We will come back to this place because there are more things here we need to kill. We are just not quite prepared for them yet. We can go and fight the Hydra if we really wanted to and free the Princess of Ulasil from the Golden Golem, the Golden Crystal Golem, but I don't think it's quite necessary quite yet. Usually you would free her to get some sorcery spells early and kill the Hydra early to get the Dusk Crown, the Dusk Ring, which lets you, it halves your health but gives you extra spell castings. Super good for spellcasters, not so much for us. We're just going to trek our way back to Undead Parish. Run right past this guy. He's not worth dealing with right now. Say hi to Andre on our way up the stairs. And rest at the bonfire. So, that will be all for the first part of our Dark Souls walkthrough Let's Play. I'm going to be ending stream now. If you're watching this later on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I am more than happy to answer them for you. If you have any suggestions, drop them down there as well. Other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful day.